I hope you got the same answer, 246.5 picoseconds per tau h. After that, you can substitute here. While substituting, what you have to do is you have to convert into seconds. So your answer will be like this: 1 by 2 pi into 246.5 into 10 to the power minus 12. Okay, you need to convert it, and then you will get an answer in hertz, and you need to convert into megahertz because your answer will be very large. So you need to convert into megahertz by dividing it with 10 to the power 6. So have you got the answer? 645 megahertz, students? Did you got the same answer, Ramya Priya? Okay. So till now we have discussed the common gate, common drain, and common source amplifier with active loads. And before that, we also learned how to find the cutoff frequency FH by using dominant pole concept. Then by using the general equation, how did you find FH? So all those we studied, right? And we also learned how we can implement this active load in a typical common source amplifier by using the current mirror circuit. And we have analyzed the transfer characteristics also. Now coming to the next portion of this particular module, that is cascade amplifier. Let me share the screen. Are you able to see the screen of cascade amplifier? Cascade amplifier, cascade, it is not cascade, it is cascade. So let me define what is this cascade configuration. First, I'll show the circuit diagram, then you will be able to understand. So this is your cascade circuit, okay, the cascade amplifier. So how many transistors have been used here? How many MOSFETs we have used? We have used 2 MOSFETs, right? Both are NMOS, Q1 and Q2. If you consider that arrow mark, both are outwards. So they are NMOS transistors, right? Now, in which configuration Q1 is working? Can you tell me in which configuration Q1 is working? In which configuration Q1 is working? Please respond. So this transistor Q1 is in common source configuration. You can see the source is grounded and you are giving your input to the gate. So this is in common source configuration. And Q2 is in common gate configuration. Q2 is in common gate configuration. So we are actually cascading common source and common gate together to form a cascade amplifier. You need to understand the difference between cascading and cascoding. Okay, cascading means we will be cascading the identical transistors together. That means the output of first transistor is given to the input of the second transistor. Okay, that is called as cascade. Whereas in cascade, what we are doing is we will be taking two non-identical configurations and we will put together. The non-identical configuration means Q1 is in common source configuration and Q2 is in common gate configuration. Why it is common gate? You can see this gate terminal is common to both input and output, right? If you see, take the first stage, the output of Q1 is given to the emitter, I mean source terminal. Output of Q1 is given to the source terminal, and you are taking the output of Q2 from the drain. So that will be common gate, right? Because gate is common to input and output side. So Q2 act as common gate and Q1 act as common source. That is why they are put together and it is called as cascode amplifier. Understood? Now, why we require to cascode these two configuration? Can anybody tell why we are not going alone for CS, or why we are not connecting CG alone, and what is the necessity of connecting the CS and CG together? The main reason is I need to exploit the features, the benefits of two configurations simultaneously in a single circuit. Okay, I need to take the benefits of common source and common gate. Both the configurations will have its own applications and its own benefits and advantages. So while by cascading the two amplifiers together or two configurations together, I will be able to access all the benefits or all the advantages in a single circuit. That is the relevance of cascade amplifier. So all of you take down this point. By placing a common gate amplifier in cascade with a common source amplifier stage, we will get the version called as cascode. That process is cascading only, but after that process, the entire configuration is called as cascode. Okay, so what we are doing, we are placing a common gate amplifier in cascade with common source. That means the output of common source is given to the input of common gate. Together it is called as cascode amplifier. So the main advantage of this configuration is, the main idea is, we are going to combine the features of the CS amplifier. So what are the desirable features of a CS amplifier? It is underlined here. That is high input impedance and large transconductance. These are the two advantages of a typical CS amplifier. Please note down the two advantages or the features of a CS amplifier is high input impedance and large transconductance. At the same time, if you take a common gate configuration, its important properties are desired properties are buffering property and high frequency response. A superior high frequency response means in the high frequency domain, we are having a very high performance. Means the cutoff, we will have a sufficient bandwidth, the cutoff frequency will be very large. So we will be able to give any frequency range of input signal so that we will get a sufficient amplification. That is called a superior high frequency response. And another property is buffering property. Buffering property. So if you combine these four features, that is the two features of common source and the other two features of common gate. So if you can combine these two, you will get a cascade configuration where all the four features will be present. Okay. So the benefits of CS amplifier is high input impedance and large transconductance, and the benefits of the advantages or features of a typical common gate circuit is the buffering property and its superior high frequency response. Now, if you go with the cascade amplifier, you can explore all the four properties together. That is the application or that is advantage of cascade amplifier. And if you compare this cascade amplifier with the typical CS amplifier, you know the difference now, circuit wise difference, you know, right? In a CS amplifier, we'll have only CS configuration transistor, Q1 alone. While in a cascade amplifier, you will have Q1 as well as Q2 together cascaded connected, right? Where Q2 is cascaded with the Q1. Q2 is common gate and Q1 is common source. So common gate is connected in cascade with the common source. That is called as cascade amplifier. So another advantage of cascade amplifier is it will operate in a wider bandwidth. But same gain. There is no change in gain. Okay. At the same time, you will get more bandwidth for a cascade amplifier. So what is the advantage of using more bandwidth? It means your cutoff frequency FH will be very large. High frequency cutoff, it will be very large. So the user or the designer is able to give any signal frequency till that particular frequency, right? So that he will be getting maximum gain. So no need to worry because it is operating in wider bandwidth. So large frequency range can be amplified, right? So that is the advantage of cascade amplifier. It is having wider bandwidth when compared to the typical common source configuration. At the same time, the gain of the two configurations are equal. Now, we will be also able to increase the gain while leaving the gain bandwidth, the product remains unchanged. That means by using some circuitry, we can maintain this property. That is gain bandwidth, the product will always remain constant for a cascade amplifier. That means if you want to compromise in gain and if you want to increase the bandwidth, that is also fine. For example, I have increased my bandwidth to 3 times, then gain will be reduced by 3 times. That means what about the product? It will be constant, right? This will become by 3, this will become into 3. So the product will become constant. In another way, if I am trying to increase the gain, then your bandwidth will also decrease. Then also the product will remain constant. So it is not, necessary that always the bandwidth need to be higher. That depends upon the application you can change. Whenever you want a low bandwidth application, of course, you can reduce the bandwidth, but at the same time, the gain will be increased. Even though I claim from this point that cascade amplifier is having a wider bandwidth, but still you can make use of this cascade amplifier to operate in low bandwidth also, but at the same time, the gain will increase. That's it. So if gain increases, bandwidth decreases, the ratio will be constant. The product will be constant. How the product is remaining constant? Because whatever increase that you are facing or you are experiencing in the bandwidth, the same factor it is getting multiplied in the gain. For example, if bandwidth is decreasing by 1/3, okay, gain will be 3 times. So the product will remain as constant. This is an important property of a cascade amplifier. Please note down, gain, bandwidth, product always remains constant. Okay. So remaining discussion we will have in the next class. So kindly revise the portions. Thank you.